Hi people, I just got home from work. So I'm sorry if I look a little bit mangy because of that. But I just got home. I started a new job over the Memorial weekend, and so now I'm working two jobs. And I guess I'm gonna just start out with great news first. Is that one of the reasons why I'm doing this and working so much, and finding the time, not only to be a mom to my kids, but also because the way that my life works is I have my kids one week and then the next week the other mom has them. And the reason why I'm working so hard and holding down the two jobs on top of that is also because I'm hoping to have surgery soon, which is something I've put off for a long time, trying to figure out whether or not I actually wanted to have it. And I'm very excited that I get to finally have it. So that's at least it seems like it's going to finally work out. I just started, and I'll go a little bit more into the job in just a second. And I got home and I was feeling so good about the whole experience working at this new place that I just wanted to come on here, make a video real quick, because last week I was supposed to put out another video that I made. And I didn't put it out for several reasons. There was a lot of reasons why. And one of those reasons was because I just felt like I want to keep the past. And I've been struggling a lot lately, as far as there has been a lot going on in my life, and I can't even really explain it all. But just a lot of negative. And even in the past year, I'll go into a little bit. And basically, as many people know, I was engaged. I put that horrible engagement video. And now I wish I had never done it. I was very emotional about what I said and what I wrote, because I wrote basically just something to let my former fiance, know how much he meant to me and how much it meant to me that I was going to be his wife, and that he had proposed to me. And in November, he proposed to me in January, and I made that around, I think it was either January, February, or March, because it was just so much was going on at the time. It took me a bit to actually be able to put that video out, I remember. Because it always takes me a long time. It always takes me some time. I'm always behind because I'm so busy. But yeah, I was very excited still about it. About being engaged this past in 2018 in January. I was so excited. And you can tell in the video I'm very, very emotional, and I am almost going to probably get rid of the video because now it seems ridiculous. But yeah. Anyways, after knowing this person for several years, feeling like he was one of my really good friends, really close. Before we ever started dating, I felt very close to him. And, and he said he felt the same about me. And this was years ago when we first started talking, and then we started dating, and we dated off and on for several reasons, really crazy reasons. As far as, you know, misunderstandings and things like that. And I don't know. Looking back, I feel like I should have seen red flags to this, but like it's been a really tough. I met him when I was still officially transitioning, when I felt like I was really in the middle of my transition. Right now, I kind of feel like I'm, apart from like surgery, I feel like I'm pretty much done with transitioning. Like I live my life day to day, and I live as myself, and I don't have any problems, and so that's how I live my life. But you know, I look back and I see I probably should have seen some red flags. At the same time, he was so kind at the beginning, and especially after he first proposed. I mean, it seemed real. It seemed right. Even though I was also going through a lot of moving and a lot of different changes, and it just seemed right. But then he came out as trans halfway into it. And when I first met him, I had kind of suspected he was trans. And here I am trans myself. So, you'd think it'd be an easy admission to make. And I guess it wasn't. And he ended up coming out as trans. He was female to male. So actually, when I first started, I'm bi. Which I don't think I've ever come out as bi on my channel. But I'm bi. So I started dating him originally as a woman, or, when he was presenting as female. And, and I thought he was just another woman, basically. And we dated, and, he was, even back then, he was very much on the masculine side as far as personality, and very dominant type of personality and individual. So, I mean, those were some of the things that attracted me about him, because I honestly am not attracted to extremely girly, feminine people. I like masculine people. And even now, like I don't think I'd ever date another female person again, just because I really like masculine personalities and masculine people. So I'm getting off topic, which is what happened last time I made this video. It was another reason I felt like it was just so not together. But long story short is that engagement to him hasn't lasted. Like, I don't know what to say about it. Like, I look in on him every once in a while, because he has a YouTube channel and a Facebook page and things like that. And I look in on him every once in a while, and I honestly just think, like, I don't know how I didn't see, like, I let myself be drawn into someone that really, like, I guess maybe I did see that he really probably needed some help, or maybe that's why I was so. And honestly, I was going through my issues, and he helped me with a lot of things, that I was dealing with, and I don't know, it just probably wasn't the best basis for a relationship now that I'm looking at it. now I'm thinking about it. But I did definitely love him very much, and I have a hard time not being extremely hurt by how things ended, because things ended basically with, it just ended very poorly, and I hate, in the other video I went into what happened, and I've gone into it several times with several different people, and for a while I just couldn't stop talking about it. It really hurt when you're engaged to someone and something, and it doesn't work out, and you're hurt by someone. It's very hard to not need to talk about it, to not grieve. And part of grieving just ends up being that you need to speak about things and talk about how you're hurting and what's going on, and so it's very hard not to do that. But I feel like I'm at a point now maybe where I just don't need to talk about it anymore. And I look in and I just think I am on this road towards progressing out of this same mindset that I had for so long, that was compounded and encouraged by him, and just honestly something that I feel like I hope eventually he learns to grow out of at some point. And I'm not saying this to be hurtful. I'm not saying this to try and hurt anybody, and we all, like I've said so many times in the past, like, we all have things that are tough, and we're all doing our best to try to make life work for us, and I truly believe that. Sometimes, if we have issues with someone, a lot of times I think that it's just, we're not meshing. Sometimes you won't mesh with someone, you'll have issues, and you need, separation and things like that. And honestly, I should look at things as, I'm happy that I understand that, if things had gone on and we had gotten married, things would have been terrible. So I'm glad they were terrible now rather than later, because could have been even worse, even more terrible, even more difficult to deal with. And just because it hurt so much. Everything hurt. And it's not that I was going to marry him. We talked about having, trying to adopt children, more children together, or we would talk about things like that, and building a family together, and we were serious about it. At least I felt I was, and maybe I was just being stupid and naive. And like, it's so complicated. I'll say this, that he came out to me as gay at some point, but then kind of went back on it, and then used it as an excuse again towards the end to after he had really hurt me. And I understand the difficulty in transitioning and understanding yourself, the new feelings and things like that, and figuring yourself out. And for me, like, I didn't have that. The person that I was with when I started transitioning, basically abandoned me. And even though we've had, and we've had our back and forth for a long time, and sometimes we're really good and sometimes not. But the main point is I wanted to be there in the same way for someone that needed, if I had ever been in a relationship with someone, because my policy usually is, I don't date transitioners because it is such a big thing. But I've always said to myself, if I was in a relationship with someone already and they felt the need to transition, I would do my best to be there for them and figure things out. And it just didn't happen that way. And it's unbelievable because, like, it's so complicated, and I don't even know what to say about it. And all I know is that I do still cry about it, and I do still feel it. Like I felt like he was really, like, I hadn't felt that way about anybody, and I sometimes wonder if maybe he was the love of my life, and I'm gonna have to deal with that and deal with the pain for years. Or maybe he was the love of my 30s. I don't know. And that'll be that. That'll be the things that I have to get over for the next few years. And so it still hurts, and I'm still hurting over it, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. So yeah, the engagement video, it's not happening. And I look around, and I've been in and out. I started this, and I was very much in the transgender community and was very involved in LGBT, things. And I look around now and I see that the country's falling apart as far as like LGBT rights and different things. And you have a new generation of trans people that don't seem to recognize the struggles that the generation that came before them had to go through in order to secure some of the things that they're enjoying right now. And it worries me, and so I would like to start making videos about things like that, because I think it's very important to have a voice out there, and I've been through enough in my life where I'm really not afraid. I'm not. I just want to see things be okay for transgender people, and I want to see things be okay for my children and for the next generation and for, the earth. So, anyways, this wasn't supposed to be a sad video. I just wanted to say a few things. I wanted to give the news about my surgery and how that's going to be coming soon, as and the fact that I've started this new job, which I love, which is at Starbucks, and I am so excited about working there. And I know, like, I have a job where I'm in an administrative position, and honestly, it just doesn't bring me the amount of satisfaction that I've had in just like 3 days working at Starbucks. It's amazing. I'm so grateful for the opportunity, because one, helps me pay for health insurance, helps me pay for a lot for extra things that I've been needing right now because of some of the situations that I've been going through, and making sure that I have enough for new clothes for the kids and things like that, which is, my son growing older and older is always growing out of his clothes, and it's tough. It's tough. So, like, I'm so thankful. Like, I wish if I could, like, I don't know. I am so thankful to Starbucks for that opportunity. I am so thankful to be able to feel like I'm starting in something that I love, because I love food and I love I've always wanted to get somehow into the food service industry, and I didn't see this as an opportunity for that. But now that I'm here, now that I'm in it, like, I'm beginning to see that this is an awesome opportunity for like several different things, not just, the extra pay, not just, health insurance, not just, things like that, but because up until now I've been struggling to pay my health insurance so that I can take care of some of the things I need to take care of. And I feel very lucky and very happy to have gotten this opportunity, which was, a friend that I know who worked there, it referenced me to the job. And then, like, the person that I spoke to also, when I walked into the store and said, "Hey, are you looking? Are you hiring?" And this person she's been so good to me. And if I could, I would name these people if I felt like it would be okay, but I know it's probably not. But, like, I'm so happy that I have this opportunity, and that, like, I really appreciate it. And, like, I've had lots of different jobs. I was a property manager before this. I've been a construction manager way back in the past. I've done, like, lots of different things. I went to school for engineering. I went to school for accounting. And this is probably the best job as far as, like, how much how good I feel after leaving, how good it feels to be working there, and uh, and I've also had other retail and food, not food service, but retail jobs before. So it's not even like just that it's customer service and I'm serving people, because I've had that before. It's not quite the same. It's a very different feeling, and I love it, and I'm so glad. And I'm so glad for all of you that watch my videos, that still put up with me after all these years and want to know what's going on with my life, and here I am. And even, like, it just makes me so happy, and I am willing to overlook even the crap that's happened over the past couple months, and I just don't want any drama. I don't want any crap. I don't want any I don't want to feel the sadness and it'll still come, but it's been tough, because, like, I don't want, at the same time, like, I don't want to put this out there and suddenly get a bunch of crap from him or his friends or things like that. I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling like I can't talk about this, but at the same time, I'm tired of feeling like I need to talk about it. So, like, I'm going to be sad, and this is how it's going to be for a little bit, but I'm going to try to move past that. And that's what I'm doing right now, is moving past, opening a new chapter in my life. And, for a second, third, fourth time in my life. Honestly, to tell you the truth, like, I've moved several times, but here in Oregon, I feel like I have now that I'm in the Portland area, like I was in kind of like the rural area of Oregon, and now that I'm back in the city and I've got things starting to come together, like I feel like now I've been kind of like in this limbo for the past couple years, and I feel like now I'm just kind of I'm starting fresh, and I am moving on, and I'm going to move on from all of it. I'm going to just leave it behind. I'm just going to leave it all behind and focus on the good in my life and just chase that. And that's it. And I hope that that person who I, for some reason, still care desperately about, seeing some of the things, like he's my Freddie Mercury. Like, as far as nowhere near as famous, but like that's how I feel about him. I don't want to be involved right now in his life or anything aside from, I hear things here and there and I see things. And I just hope he gets his I hope he gets things together. And his transition works out for him, and he restarts and starts focusing on better things. And is happy and gets to a happy, good place. And because that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to move on. That's what I'm going to be. It's just in something better, and just going to put away all the negative and start new and chase the good, like I said. Anyways, I am at like 27 minutes. I didn't even expect that to be this long. And like I said, I am mangy. I look terrible, I know. But I am glad that I got on here and I did this. And yeah. Thanks for watching. And I will talk to the rest of you people. I love you guys. I will talk to you all later. Bye. Jesus Christ, that's a pretty face. The kind you'd find on someone that could save if they don't put me away. Will it be a miracle? You believe you're missing out, that everything good is happening somewhere You're coming for the people like me. We all got wooden nails, turn out hating factories. We've all got wooden nails, turn out hating factories. We've all got